Hi everyone, my name is Shannon and this is my channel, The Sewing Warehouse, where I talk to you about my dressmaking journey. So today I have something a bit different for you. If you have seen my vlog from the Festival of Quilts, you will know that I bought the Oliso Smart Iron and I am here today to unbox it and leave a little review, so hopefully it will help you make a decision on whether to buy one or not. I haven't actually opened the box yet. I'm going to do that with you. So let's have a look at the box. So the Oliso Smart Iron is famous because it has the auto lift technique, or whatever you would call that. Basically, if you hold it by the handle, the feet go down and you can iron, and as soon as you let go, it like lifts up. So you can just basically leave it there and then on the ironing board, and it won't burn your fabric. Other than that, it has an extra long cord, 3.7 meters. It has a side fill water tank, a spray function, like a 5 centimeter detailer tip. So that's like in between the iron and the plates, there's like a 5 centimeter like length, like small gap. So if you like ironing pockets, you can put that in between there, and it irons it like that. So that makes it like really easy to iron those small details. It has a good steam function, continuous steam, horizontal burst and vertical burst. So if you're having like a piece of clothing on the mannequin or on the hanger, you can vertically like steam it. Other than that, it has an anti-tip design, so like forward tip, anti-leak, or like zero drip apparently, and an auto off. And I think the auto off is really going to help extending the lifespan of the iron. The iron I have now is just like your 20-pound standard home iron, and what I notice is just that the plate burns like quite easily, and I have not been able to clean it, no matter what like grandma tips I use. So it's been leaving brown stains on stuff, and I don't want to use it anymore basically. So yeah, I have been thinking about getting this for a while. I've watched other people use it and rave about it, so I thought it was time to get myself one. So yeah, let's unbox it. Oh, so it says here on the flap already, like it says hello and then 3 simple steps to start. So it's fill it unplugged, set it up and iron. So the difference between this iron and the one that I have, so the one that I have has 3 temperature settings basically, but it just says 1 dot, 2 dots or 3 dots. This one actually has the type of fabric on here. So it says if you're ironing linen and cotton, you can put it there and it automatically like changes the heat and the amount of steam. So it has the fabric on here, so it says like linen and cotton, and it will change the temperature settings and the steam settings automatically for you. Alright, so on top we have the instruction booklet. Well, the user manual, I should say in English. Sorry, that came not so easy out of my mouth. Yeah, it just has like these simple instructions in English and in French. I usually don't read those. Alright, so it comes with obviously like a filler cup, as normal irons do. This feels quite sturdy actually. Nice. And then the iron itself in the box, it is yellow. It's not the nicest color, but it's the only option available in the UK, so I'm just going to have to live with it. Just going to try and lift this out. Right, I'll say it's good. Packaging is good. Oh, sturdy. Alright. Split the whole thing out. Should take these pieces out. And this is what it looks like. It's quite big actually. I think it's bigger than the one I have now. Yeah, so it comes with a diamond ceramic plate, which means like things don't get stuck as easily. And then this is the bit I was talking about with the 5 centimeter bit where you can iron the pockets. Other than that, it looks quite easy. Like, it looks like quite a normal iron. It has this tag. It says, "Please read. Droplets in my brand new tank are okay. I have been thoroughly tested at the factory. My anti-scale system means tap water is okay. With hard water, use bottled water but never distilled. Empty water from tank if storing for more than 2 days." Okay. So that's that tag. And this is where the water goes in. It even has this like little water slide. I'll try and put a picture of that in here, but it has like this anti-leak, I guess, for filling it. Then all the settings are up here. So here you can adjust the steam with this little thing. So you can no steam, medium steam, lots of steam, more steam. I guess this is continuous steam, I guess. This is for the spraying water from the nozzle here, and steam button. Then here you have like the temperature settings. So there's minimum, then synthetic, wool and silk, and linen and cotton, and then that's the max. Alright. Alright, so let's test it out. Okay, so it has been about a week and a half since I did the unboxing, and I've used the iron to make 2 garments now, and I'm just going to tell you what I thought about the iron, and just show you a little bit how it works. So to begin with, I ironed a big piece of fabric, like it just come out of the washing machine, dried it, and then obviously you have to iron it before you cut it. So that's the first thing I did, and I did a little bit of videoing that, so I'm just gonna pop in that footage now so you can watch that. Okay, so I have the iron here, and I have it already on a piece of fabric that I just washed, and I'm going to iron before cutting it out. I filled the iron with water, which was very easy. You just have the iron like this, have this open, there's this little slidey thing here, so you just pour the water here, very easy, and it just slides in. So yeah, it's not max filled. I just did one copy that came with it, one of these, and I think you could put 2 in there if you want. I'm just gonna plug it in now, and because I want to see if it like immediately lifts up, because I'm like obviously not touching it. So yeah, let's see. Oh, did you see that? So yeah, it immediately lifted up. It started warming down. Oh, that's okay. So the touch thing is on the top. So if I touch here, then it goes down. Look. Now it goes up again. Okay. I'm gonna just adjust the temperature I don't need steam here now. Just gonna put it here because this is a chambray, so I just want it to be a bit warmer. So there's a light here. I know you can't see it, but it was red when I plugged it in, and now it is flashing green, which probably means it is ready temperature wise. So let's see. Oh, the hold is very nice. I think it's a bit wider than my current iron, but I do think this is nicer. It slides easy, that's for sure, which obviously, like, that's what you want when you're ironing like a big piece of fabric. So far so good, guys. I'm sorry, I'm going out of screen a little bit because I also just want to iron the whole piece. Okay. So yeah, overall, this is looking good. I'm having to repeat some places, but there is like a very deep crease here. So if I just like make that a little wet, it should come out. There we go. All right. Okay, so if I now, so I want to lift this fabric. Obviously, I want to move the fabric. So I'm not really sure if I can actually place it here, if that works. Okay, there we go. Just on the edge. Alright, might have to get a new ironing board to have this iron. But yeah, I think here, can you see? Like, this is the iron bit and this is the non-iron bit. So you can definitely see, I mean, it ironed like it should, I guess. I mean, for the price it should iron like a normal iron at least. So yeah, I'm just going to finish this. Then I'm going to, let me change this. Okay, so I'm going to finish ironing this big piece. Then I'm going to cut it out, make the whole project with this iron, and I will take you along with me and show you how the iron is doing. And if I run into any problems, you will hear about it. Yeah, so the ironing, I mean, it went well. It is a little bit more difficult because obviously the iron raises when when you stop touching it. So that means, yeah, but when I put it to the side to move the fabric along on the ironing board, it will raise. Except my ironing board has this stand for the iron that just basically goes down and there's this hole. So I have to be careful with placing it correctly so it doesn't like fall off or over or whatever. So that is a little bit annoying, but I mean, it is what it is. It's only for ironing big pieces anyway, so that's fine. In terms of how it worked, it was fine. I don't think at that stage is where it makes a difference with your regular iron, but it definitely was quick. It heats up really quickly as well. Like if you plug it in, I think like in 5 seconds it's heated. So that is really good. That's a positive. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, then obviously I bought the iron for the sewing, so not just for the household ironing. So ironing one big piece, okay, well, it's not going to really make much difference. So I made a project with it, the Baleem shorts that I was making. And yeah, what I noticed is that it irons really well. Like the quality is really good. Like I only have to go over a seam once and it is done basically. So that does help. Like with my former iron, I had to go over it a couple times to get the seam like as crisp as I wanted to. So that is definitely improvement. I have some footage of that also, which I will pop in now. Okay, so now I'm going to show you why this lift up feature is so helpful. I am just going to press up this side by 1 centimeter. I use the seam gauge to do that, to measure it, and then I'm going to iron that. So just measure just the first bit of the iron. Just gonna put it on here, then I can just leave it there and then measure the next bit. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it is helpful to just being able to leave the iron just where it is and just not having to move it out of the way constantly. It's just, in my opinion, like that's helpful. And one of the main features, basically it just saves time. Like the little seconds, they do add up, you know. Everything you can do more efficient, like it's just great, isn't it? And then all done. So yeah, let's talk about the pros and cons of the iron. So pro, it has, before you even turn it on, it has a really long lead, which, I mean, for me, like if the household iron for me doesn't have a long enough lead to plug it in where I want to plug it in. It does for my husband because he's left-handed, so it's easier for him, but I cannot plug it in and then reach the whole iron board basically. So the fact that this has a 3.7 meter lead is very advantageous to me. And it does have the 360 swivel for the lead as well on the iron, so that makes it easier to handle. Another pro is that it gives the fabrics on there, so you know for which fabric to turn it onto which dial. So I think that's very helpful, at least yeah, for me anyway. It's easy to put water in, and I have a little clip of how to do that as well, so I'll put that in. It heats up really quickly, So I plug it in, 5 seconds later, all heated, ready to go, which I think is fantastic. Another pro is the auto lift. So I think the auto lift is really helpful for sewing. Like it's not helpful for when you're doing like your big fabric ironing, but for doing the projects and for sewing the seams and especially the hems, it's just super easy, because you just, like, I measure my hem with my seam gauge basically every little bit, and then I iron it for as far as I can hold it. So the fact that I can just grab the iron, move it along for the bit that I measured, let go, and then don't even have to move it. It just means it's just so much easier. And I think it saves me a lot of time not having to put the iron on the iron stand every time I do a little bit of a seam. You know, I can just leave it at convenience and get back to sewing. So for me, that is the biggest pro. Now, the quality of ironing, like I said, is high, and I can definitely tell the difference between this iron and my household iron. The household one is a cheap one, so I don't know if in the higher price brackets it should probably be better. But for me, it's a pro that I only have to go over a seam once and it's done. Basically, I only have to go over a crease once, it's done. I haven't had to use much of like the steam or the extra water feature to be able to sew iron a crease out. So yeah, I can definitely tell it's a good quality iron. I mean, the plate is a diamond ceramic plate, which basically means that it's difficult to burn it. Now, this has always been an issue with my household iron, that like basically I use them for a year, definitely as intensely as I do with sewing. Basically I can write them off because the plate is so burned, and I clean it. Like, trust me, I clean the plate with all the special things, but it just does not quite clean. So basically every year I buy a new one because it leaves brown stains everywhere, which obviously no one wants. So this plate is like designed for not burning, so hopefully it will stay that way. And that brings me to another pro, which is the auto off. So 30 minutes after you stop touching it, basically it automatically shuts off, and when it does that, it flashes the red light, so you know it's been turned off, and it keeps flashing until you basically touch it, and then it turns on again and turns green again. And I am hoping that this feature will help me have a long lifespan for this iron, because I think what happens is, like, you leave your iron on for the whole day when you're sewing basically, but like you use it intermittently and it just burns, the plate just burns. So I'm hoping with this that doesn't happen, but obviously that I can't say that after just a week of using it, so we'll have to see longer term if that, you know, stays okay. Now, for cons, I haven't really found any cons in using it yet. Like, obviously I don't know, like, how long is it gonna last, how long will it be as good as it is, and maybe I will find some and I will update this video if I do, but for now I haven't found any cons other than the colour. I mean, it has this yellowish colour or banana colour, and it's just, yeah, it's not my colour, but it's the only colour available in the UK, so it will have to do. Now obviously this is not like a reason, for me at least, a reason to not buy it, so obviously I do have it. but yeah, that's just for me. That's a con. And then obviously the biggest con of all is the price. Now the price of this product varies quite a lot with all the different retailers. I've seen prices as high as $160. I've seen it for $150, $140, and that's quite a lot of money to pay for an iron. Now I bought it at the Festival of Quilts and they had a deal on, and it was $130 that I paid for it. And do I think it's worth that? It's a difficult question to answer because obviously it means different things to different people. I do understand the higher price point. Like if you see good quality irons, they are usually like between £80–90. And this has obviously the unique auto lift technique. I haven't seen it with any other iron, this auto lift technique, which is, in my opinion, the best feature of the iron. So I do understand that it's then priced at a higher point than competitors who don't have this, and the quality of ironing is good. I would just have expected maybe for it to be about £110, but yeah, I paid $130 for it anyway, so I guess, you know, people are happy paying that price, so no issue for Oliso there. So yeah, if you're not fussed about the auto lift technique, then I would suggest just buy a good quality iron. That's a little bit cheaper, I guess. That's my conclusion on that. But obviously, it's up to you. If you want, I do recommend the iron. Like, it's a good one. So I'm not gonna say you shouldn't buy it. It's not. Yeah. So I'm a bit rambling. Sorry, but I find it hard to recommend something like this at this price point because it's a lot of money for a lot of people, and definitely in this cost of living crisis it will be a big investment, and yeah, I'm expecting it to last long. There's 2-year warranty on it, so it should at least last 2 years and far beyond that. So in the grand scheme of things, like, hopefully not having to buy a new iron every year, like, it comes out cheaper long term, even if it's more expensive now. So that's just my way of looking at it. And yeah, I am sure I'm going to get obviously a lot of use out of it. I use it basically daily. I sew basically every day. So yeah, I am happy, and if you have any questions about this product, let me know. I will try and see if I can find the current lowest price retailer and put a link below. But just to be safe, if you want to buy it, do have a look around at different places where you can buy it, because it's definitely worth it, because I've seen so many price differences. So yeah, don't just go on Amazon and buy it there, because definitely wasn't the cheapest there. So just as a warning. And yeah, thank you for watching, and if you like this vlog, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see my next videos as well. And for now, let's go sew!